everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Red Dead Redemption 2. Alright, so it's been about 3 to 4 hours since I uploaded the first video. Since then I've watched some football, I've been to football, I've come back from football, had something to eat. Now I'm ready to sit down for the rest of this evening to give this game some welly. Sorry. Yeah, give this game some welly. Can you loop that over there? It looked to me to be flashing for a second. So that's going to be the plan this evening. I'll chop the video up into the necessary number of bits. So in the last session we were introduced to the gang members, most of them. And we rescued John Marston from almost certain death, from hypothermia and infection. And we ended up here in the makeshift home that we have, an abandoned town, a little settlement, really, a village if you will, and well, we got some things to do. But before we get to those things, just a quick note on our journal, because Morgan, he writes in his journal as things progress, and it gives you a nice insight, particularly now, into what happened before we are where we are now. And I imagine as we develop and advance through the game, he'll be putting things in there. So it's just nice just to keep checking up on what he's writing. So just to give you a flavour of what he's put in there so far, there you go. I will let you read that at your leisure. But some people obviously have met the sticky end. And seemed to all go wrong when the gang tried to rob a ferry. Jenny got killed, we know Davey got killed, Sean and Mac have both got arrested or killed, nobody seems to know what. Dutch shot a girl, which has maybe caused some controversy. And then we headed up here into the blizzard. So that's what kind of kicked things off. That ferry heist gone wrong. And as we continue on, we weren't there because us and Hosea, who you will be introduced to shortly, we were planning a robbery of our own, but well, that's not come to fruition. All right. So I think, is that all of the pages so far? I think that might be all of the pages so far. So just a little insight into what happened before we got here. And more of that story may come out in the wash as we play on. I'm not so sure, to be perfectly frank, but I imagine it might do. Now, could we? No, I don't think we could. I already looted the drawer. There was some kind of medicine in there. But certainly, you know, you should definitely take the time to look around and pick things up where you can. This is Hosea here.
Morning.
Morning.
So you can greet and talk with pretty much everybody, should you wish to do so. Some conversations are more in-depth than others. Okay, we'll leave it open, just for people with OCD. Myself, I have a mild touch of it, but on this occasion, I'll let it slide.
Molly.
Morning, Arthur.
Okay, so everybody just... Oh, there's the big man himself.
Good day. Hi, Arthur.
Other than a couple of two-word greetings, nobody very talkative this morning. Perhaps in a more reflective mood. 7:20, and it's time for us to step into that blizzard. Although we should probably have ourselves something to eat pot of breakfast perhaps. So we're going to open the satchel and see what we can wolf down our throat. Can of beans maybe? Baked beans for breakfast? Seems reasonable. Straight out of the tin, or perhaps we could have warmed it over a campfire. But yeah, well, I don't think Arthur's the kind of guy that's overly concerned with heating beans over a fire. Stick him down your neck and that's as good as it gets. So we've got two yellow blips, the yellow blips being of course the potential quest markers, if you will, and I'm going to actually go here first. I'm going to give our horse a wee pat, if we can, get into position, or maybe not apparently. There we go. That proved to be rather an awkward situation there.
We're gonna starve to death up here, Mr. Morgan.
We're okay.
We have a few cans of food and a rabbit. For what, 10, 12 people? When I was in the Navy.
I do not wish to hear about what you got up to in the Navy, Mr. Pearson.
We were stranded at sea for 50 days.
And you unfortunately survived.
When we ran away from Blackwater, I wasn't able to get supplies in.
Well, when government agents are hunting you down, sometimes shopping trips need to be cut short. We'll survive. We always have. If needs be, we can eat you. You're the fattest.
I sent Lenny and Bill hunting and they found nothing.
Well, Lenny's more into book learning than hunting. Bill's a fool. Unless those mountains are full of game that want to read, ain't no wonder they found
Enough of this. We'll go find something. Come on, Arthur.
Wait a second. Hold on. Here. You're gonna need something to eat out there.
Assorted, salted offal.
Oh.
Starving would be preferable.
Come on, let's go.
You can't go hunting. Look at your hand.
I can't stay here listening to you two. Look, if there's game in those hills, I'll find it. And you can kill it.
You need to rest, Charles.
You think this is rest? Come along.
Assorted, salted offal. I think I'll stick with canned peaches and oatcakes. That sounds much more,
Here, you take this.
or rather much
Can't
less
use it, but you'll
horrific.
have to.
Oh, you're joking.
Use a gun, and we'll scare off every animal for miles around. You're never too old to learn, I imagine.
Anyway, we had baked beans, we're fine.
This way.
No need for us to eat for a while. And we're off once again back into the snow. And I do... Actually, in real life, I actually really do like the snow. I know in the last session I said if it goes below below 5 degrees,
Charles? I'm okay.
I generally don't venture outside.
Still bad?
It'll be fine in a day or two. I just can't pull a bow right now.
Sure hope I can. Never really got the hang of it.
You'll be fine.
So, you reckon we're gonna find something to kill that ain't no Driscoll?
Huh. There's meat up here for sure. Pearson doesn't know what he's talking about. Now the weather's eased off a bit, they'll be needing to feed.
Oh, watch it.
We'll head up this way. Find some higher ground.
Been a wild few days, all right. That ride north from Blackwater, getting stuck in the storm, bringing John back in.
You've had a lot put on you. I wish I could have done more.
I didn't mean it like that, just a lot to think back on.
I still don't really know what happened on that boat.
Me neither. Well, Javier told me a bit, but it sure weren't good.
Yeah, so I do actually quite like the snow. I prefer to look at the snow from inside a warm house, looking out, and hopefully, you know, it occurs when I'm not having to venture out in it to go to work, for instance. But you know, on occasion, it is nice just to go out and have a bit of a mess around, you know, throw some snowballs at the neighbours and all that kind of stuff. But there is something quite picturesque about snowy scenes like this, particularly. You know, if you get a decent coverage of snow, not horrible brown slushy nonsense, but proper snow like this, there is just something really, really picturesque about it. It just makes everything seem so bright.
Let's look down this way. The wind's died down too.
That's good.
No wind at all is bad, but if it's too strong, they won't move. Now shh. Stay quiet.
I feel so sorry for these poor horses having to wade through icy cold running water. Goodness grief.
Hey, stop here a second. I see something. There's deer been here recently.
How can you tell?
How can you not? We'll track them on foot. You're gonna need the bow. Don't leave it on your horse. A gun will scare everything around.
This is where we switch horses. This is where we switch weapons again on the horse. So you see, I said you can switch your sidearm. You can only carry one sidearm at a time, and you get 2 slots for your bigger weapons. So 1 slot there, 1 slot there, and we have ourselves a long arm back bow.
Come on, grab that bow off the horse. Keep down. Move quietly and slowly.
And now we're going hunting for deer.
You see the tracks?
I think so. Maybe not.
Focus.
We can use Eagle Eye, which allows us to use Witcher-like senses to highlight tracks.
What are you waiting for?
Sorry, I was...
It's easier in the snow, but once you get your eye in, you'll be able to track nearly as well in grass and woods.
So you use your Eagle Eye to pick up the trail, and then you can follow the trail for as long as that bar is in operation. And then you just have to use your Eagle Eye again. And as you can see there on the tip, you actually have a scent. So if you're getting close and the wind blows your scent towards the animal, it's going to startle it. So you've got to make sure that you're coming from the right position, taking all that into consideration. So that's pretty cool. Really cool stuff. I've got a feeling I'm going to particularly enjoy hunting. It's a very slow-paced thing. Something to do,
Down there.
but you do have
See
to.
him? Are you ready with that bow? Try to hit him in the neck or head, quick and clean. You can pull back quite hard. You'll feel when it's too much.
Yeah, so you have to do it to get meat for the camp. So this is, although it's a side activity,
Quick,
it's
before they move.
probably something you have to do, and I'm going to enjoy doing it. Now, this is where we don't have the lock-on to help us. So I turned it off, so we're going to have to actually hit this with our own skill, which I could argue is going to be rather tricky. But we'll wait for him to put his head up, and then we'll pop.
Nice.
Oh
I
yeah!
can get another one.
Bingo bango! Master Hunter in the making. Look at that for a shot right in there. Right, that's neck. Right, just now you can pick up the arrows you fired, so don't forget to do that. Quite the shot. Of course, viewer discretion is advised if you like animals. We're back on the trail again. We're back on the trail. Aha! There's two of them. We're closer this time than we were before, so this should be easier, technically speaking. Missed. Bugger.
Take your time.
Okay, it's fine. 1 out of 2 ain't bad. I could go and see if I could find that arrow and see if we could pick it up, but nah, we'll move. Oh! I see another one. You know what? I can't resist. I see it as well, actually. I see it, I see it, I see it. There we go. Waste not, want not. When you're scrimping and scrimping and saving for your life here, lack of food, lack of resources, can't afford to be throwing provisions away willy-nilly. Right, let's get ourselves into position here. See if we're giving off any scent. Don't think we are at the moment. Although we are getting closer to them. May notice us if we don't take our time here. Right. Head up or head down? I think head up is easier. Or head down, we've got a nice shot on his neck. Head down, nice shot on neck. Boom, got him, bingo!
I think that's all we can carry. Okay, you pick up one, I'll get the other.
Well, you might as
Sure
well.
your hands okay?
It'll be fine once I get it on my shoulder.
Okay, he's off to pick up one.
You grabbing one of them or not?
Yep, I'm off for the one up here. See ya. No, I'm going for this one. This is now turned into a race. What is he doing? This is mine. I'm having this one. Yes, you go grab the other one. What the hell? He's a competitive fella, isn't he? So the compendium tracks what you have discovered in the world. Now we have unlocked the compendium. So whilst we're waiting for our horse to trot down after we've just whistled for him, we'll have a quick look at it. That's the wrong one. I think it's under progress. Yes, it's unlocked now. So we've unlocked a few things actually. So you can track animals that you've discovered, and it'll probably tell you a little bit about them. Give you a bit of a blurb. Okay, tracked, killed, skinned, studied. Alright, it tells you a little bit about what we can use, some of their the hides, their horns, I imagine, maybe. Gives you some tips on how to hunt them. And whether or not they're a herbivore, carnivore, whatever it might be. So some useful information there. So we've come across one animal. Equipment. We've got a lantern and some binoculars, which we haven't used yet. Of course, 30 different types of fish, 6 different gangs, and a load of plants. So Elwyn would be in his element, no doubt. We have found oleander sage. I don't know where. Alright. Apparently it's a poisonous plant. Alrighty. And 19 different types of horses. Okay. We have currently unlocked the Tennessee Walker horse, which they're riding horses. Elegant build. Different coloured coats. This breed is renowned for its eye-catching trot and comfortable gait. Perfect for long journeys. And what's here? Weapon. Cigarette cards. 1 of 144. Wow. And 5 out of 59 weapons. We've got the Cattleman revolver, which again you can get a load of information about. And we've got the sawn-off shotgun, the bow, unarmed, and a hunting knife. I'm interested to see what it says about unarmed. Get up close to beat your enemies into submission. And it ranks it. Oh, it gives you a ranking as to what weapons you tend to favour. Alright. So that is your compendium. I'll probably dip in and out of that off camera more often than not, but maybe on camera if there's anything that I spot that might be interesting or humorous or whatever it might be, just to keep you updated on certain things. Right, anyway, here comes our horsey. No, that's not mine, that's his. Where's mine? Comfortably walking down, you know, with its elegant gait and all that kind of nonsense. It's alright, take your time. Making me do half the work here.
Pretty good.
We could actually, I don't think we can now. Yeah, we can. We can actually unequip the bow, stick it on the horse, and we're ready to go. Let's go meet Charles and see what he has to say for himself.
Yeah. Ready to head back when you are.
Come on then.
U-turn.
Let's head back.
So yeah, we can drop off animal carcasses.
Nice work, Arthur. Should be enough meat here to keep us all fed for a few days.
You found him.
I knew you'd be okay with that bow.
It's easier when they ain't shooting back.
We've seen enough of that.
Considering how things were looking a couple of days back, well, maybe our luck's finally on the turn.
Seems to me we should be putting our effort into getting off this mountain now.
Soon. People are still weak, and well, you've seen how snowed in those wagons are. They ain't going nowhere until we get some more thaw.
You're probably right. And even if we do get off here, what that? We still have a big price on our heads.
This is a big country. We'll find somewhere to lie low. Dutch and Jose will have a plan. You notice how Pearson's had a bottle in his hand ever since we fled Blackwater? We give the camp cook 5 minutes to grab the essentials and go, and he doesn't even bring a crumb of food.
Good that we caught more than one. A lot of mouths to feed.
That girl from the ranch now, too. Not sure she'll be eating much.
She has a wild look in her eye.
You would, too. She lost her husband, her home, everything she had.
So what do we do with her?
Once we get out of here and we're back on our feet, we'll see. She might have family somewhere.
So it was O'Driscoll's you ran into there?
Yeah. Last thing we was expecting.
Careful. What is it with the O'Driscolls?
You ain't dealt with them? I suppose. Yeah, we ain't run into them much the last 6 months. I guess because they've been over this way.
Nah, I've heard a lot of talk about them.
Well, we've been scrapping over scores with them for years. Big gang. Nasty sons of bitches. Their leader, Combe, and Dutch go way back. And not in a good way. A proper blood feud.
So I heard.
Sorry, just couldn't resist going on the frozen lake there.
Watch out! Bear up ahead. Let's see if we can find another way around.
He's got a lot of meat on him.
We've got enough here. No need to push our luck. I must be real hungry. Stay well back. Spring storms like this are the worst for animals that sleep all winter.
Okay, we're leaving Mr. Bear alone, it looks like here. That being said, I mean, how would we be expected to get that thing back to camp?
Off the trail.
Settle down, boy.
Yeah, my horse is having a blooming hissy fit here. I'm gonna calm him down.
We ain't ever talked that much, you and me. How long you been with us now? 5, 6 months?
Something like that?
Bet you didn't expect this.
What?
Any of this. Blackwater mess. Being up here.
Ah. Sooner or later, a job's gonna go wrong. Nature of life.
I just thought you might have moved on by now.
You want me to move on?
No. No, not at all. I just know you could run it alone, no problem.
I did that for a long time. I'm done with it. Always wondering if someone's gonna kill you in your sleep.
I still wonder that most nights.
I reckon you're okay. This suits me. Sure, I could fall in with another gang, but Dutch. You know, Dutch is different.
Hey. Oh, yes. Dutch is certainly different.
He treats me fair. Most of you do. And for a fellow with a black father and an Indian mother, that ain't normally the case.
Well, we need you now. More than ever.
Good. And how long have you been with these boys? Why ain't you run off?
Me? 20 years, something like that. Since I was a boy.
20 years?
Yeah. Taught me to read. John, too. Taught me a few other things. Hosea.
Huh. I'm sure.
Dutch saved me. Saved most of us. That's why we need to stick by him through this. He always sees us right.
How's that new horse?
He's all right. He'll do for now. I appreciate you letting me take Taima the other night.
She's a strong one. It's been as hard on the horses as on the rest of us. I don't know what Dutch would do if something happened to the Count.
Same with Bill and Brown Jack. He's a drunk, miserable bastard, but he loves that horse.
Huh. I hope they all make it.
I tried to ride the Count once. Hugged me faster than a bull. Won't take nobody but him.
And we're back. So a little bit of bonding time there for Charles and Morgan. Charles is a new addition to the group, as we've just heard.
It's time over here.
Brought some food back, boys. Come on, let's get these over to Pearson. Thank you for showing me how to use the bow properly.
I only showed you a little. There's a lifetime of practice to master.
Good boy, look at him, bless him. My little friend. Right, anyway. Don't kick me.
Good haul, boy.
Well. Just drop it.
What a surprise. Find a camp rat loitering around in the kitchen.
Is that any way to greet an old friend? I feel like we haven't spoken for days.
I do my utmost to avoid.
He loves me, really. It's his sad way of showing affection.
No, it isn't. Now shoot, get lost.
Well, see you gents later.
See, you got on just fine.
Charles is a wonder.
Have a drink, boys. You earned it.
Jesus, what is that?
Navy rum, sir.
Rum!
It's the only thing. The only thing. Keeps you sane, it does.
Yes, seems to have done a treat on you. You go rest that hand, Charles.
We'll be fine in a few days.
You mind helping me with the skinning, Mr. Morgan? It's easier if we do it together.
Do I get to skin you?
You're always one with the jokes, aren't you? Come on.
This really isn't a job for a man with a burnt hand. I'll see you both later.
You skinned that one you dumped on the floor there.
Well, a nice graphic
Not too bad, Mr.
look at the skinning there.
They always said you were a butcher. You know, you could trade these or sell these in pretty much any town. If you're looking to make a legitimate bit of money, of course.
Right now, I'm just looking to get off this mountain alive.
Well, if you catch anything else, you bring it to me.
Sure.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan. Heck, Arthur Morgan's first decent bit of hunting after all these years.
Yeah. Well, we're on the run now. Everyone's got to do their bit to survive. Just make a good stew. Folk need it. It's been a tough few days.
And we have skinned and, well, hunted and skinned our first deer. Good job, Mr. Morgan. So we have unlocked the Master Hunter Challenge, which means that we have to skin 3 deers. And there's a compendium update there. Oh, there we go. So we've skinned 1. So we've tracked 2, killed 2, skinned 1, and we haven't studied any yet. So we need to study 1, and then we have maxed out the progress on that particular animal. Alright, so that's probably a decent place to end this particular session. Coming up to the... I don't know, there's been a bit of an issue at the start of this session. I think we started I think we're about 35 minutes, 34 minutes into this, and there's no point starting a new quest. So we'll end this session here, and in the next one we shall head over the road and see what else is in store. But until then, it's bye for now.